Hi everybody, this is Joe Lynn Turner and you're watching Chaos TV.
Yep. Hello everybody, Chaos TV is today here at Hotel Astor in Vaasa, Finland, and we have here a guest, Joe Lynn Turner. So first of hello and welcome to Chaos TV for the first time.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So you are currently touring here in Finland and you have played here. You are gonna play here like 2 shows. You played a show last night at On The Rocks in Helsinki.
Yeah,
so what are your memories from the show?
They were phenomenal. The people it was packed. It was full house and everybody went crazy. And I just was overwhelmed by the response. It was amazing. We really had a good night there on the rocks.
So how has the year like generally been for you so far?
Very good, actually. I just started touring in mid-March. And I won't be done until probably the end of August. So it's a long tour, and then I have many other projects lined up, and I'm busy, and I'm happy to be busy.
I guess it's like the best feeling for a musician to be busy.
Absolutely, I'm very fortunate, very lucky to be busy because a lot of guys are not so busy, and I just feel like I'm blessed and thankful.
So you are known to be a musician who has been part like in a lot of different albums, and I guess you have quite a big back catalog behind you already. So is it hard to decide like what songs you are playing on each tour?
Yeah, there's thousands of songs. Yeah. So, but this tour right now, this 4-city tour, we're doing a dedication to Rainbow, basically with a few Deep Purple classics mixed in, and so it's not so difficult, because that's what we're confining it to. Whereas in Spain, I was doing some solo originals, some Malmsteen, some HTP, it was a big mix, you know, so it changes.
So is it easy like to mix those, for example, Yngwie Malmsteen songs to Rainbow classics or does it feel sometimes that there's like quite a big like musical gap between the songs?
I really don't think there is any gaps because it all comes from the same place. Yngwie was a big fan of Richie Blackmore, so he's got a different style, but it's all the same place. It's all rock, you know, and it's all melodic as far as I'm concerned when I write it. So it all works in the set, absolutely.
So as you said, you have been playing the Rainbow classics now live here. Here in Finland, and you're gonna play them live again tonight. Yeah. So what is like? And I read like an interview you did with Classic Rock magazine that there's like some talking about the Rainbow, sort of a reunion going on. So what is the situation with that?
Well, the real talk is that it's probable. We are talking, but we have not sat in the same room yet to discuss anything. And we could get in this room and we could say, well, there's nothing. We could get in this room and say, well, there's this, or there's that, or there is a reunion, or there's just a Blackmore Turner album, or there's some remakes, or there's nothing at all. So we haven't gotten into that room yet, you know, but we're talking, so there's fingers crossed.
So what are like your own best memories from those times that you were part of Rainbow? Are there like some moments that stick out from the rest? Yeah,
like when first year we played Madison Square Garden in New York City. That's my hometown. So when you play 25,000 people at the Garden, you really have arrived, and my family and friends were there. So it was really a big occasion for me.
And I guess that must feel like special to play in front of your hometown in such a big venue.
That's what the special part of it was. The memory of that is huge. I mean, I played bigger stadiums, everything else after that, but that meant a lot to me because I used to go see the acts there myself. So what are you like missing the most from those times? Are there like some things that were special or... Yeah, I think those times had much more quality music. There was much more diversion of music. I think that there was a better time for music overall. Now, I mean, good artists are far and few between. There's a lot of the sameness of either hip hop, rap, and or pop. And there's a lot of sameness in the metal. Very much sameness, and I don't really know how to distinguish these bands, you know, because it's where we had individual bands, like you could say, it's Def Leppard, it's Metallica, it's Rainbow, it's Whitesnake, very different. That's what I miss.
So, do you see like that there's like some specific reason that it is like that nowadays? Is it like because of the digital age or?
Partly, but I think it's more corporate. What happened is everything became corporatized.
Yeah.
The whole world became corporatized in a way, and it's sort of what we call cookie cutter.
Yeah.
Bands. Well, there was a band like this, so you got to sound like this, and the corporations now control it, and they control the airwaves as far as radio, and it's all become one big mess of the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess you have heard the comment what Kiss like Gene Simmons said that rock's dead. So what do you think about that in general?
Not where I've been.
You're here at least.
Look, you know what? Where I played, the rock wasn't dead. We were getting big crowds, and they were going crazy for rock. So maybe rock is dead for Gene. I don't know.
Yeah.
I know what he means, because they're not pushing rock anymore. They're kind of letting it die, and it's not happening in the United States. But I've been around the world recently, and it's still alive. So
what do you think will happen for like rock and metal music in the future when those like so-called like big bands like Iron Maiden, Metallica, AC/DC someday like end their careers, because they are like quite old bands already, and there haven't been like so young new bands that has basically reached that level?
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen if and when that happens. Of course, everybody's career ends at some point.
Yeah.
But hopefully that will have a resurgence of a recyclical, there'll be a cycle, because things do happen in cycles.
Yeah.
And maybe there'll be a resurgence of real rock quality music, in another decade or something like that. You never know. My daughter, for example, listens to nothing but this kind of rock.
Okay.
She's got some modern bands, but really this is what she loves.
Okay.
And I know a lot of kids that their fathers give them the music, and it turns them on. So that's a whole nother generation.
So do you feel that like the bands doesn't reach that big like basically level because there's so many bands out there nowadays?
I do agree, and I also think that you have so many bands who can make or artists who can make a album on a computer
on a good quality as well.
And decent quality. It's digital, but it's decent quality.
Yeah.
And now the listener has to look through hundreds and hundreds of really crap bands before they might find one good band.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult.
That didn't happen on your time, like when you were young.
No, because we had radio to promote us and different things, and there wasn't this computer age where we had that type of ability. Now, technology is good on one hand, but it's bad on another. So it's a blessing and a curse, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, and also like the record sales have dropped like a lot from, I guess, from your young age.
Sales.
Yeah. So how easy is it like financially to succeed as a young band nowadays?
I think it sucks for young bands.
Yeah.
I'm lucky that I made a mark back in the 80s, 90s, and I've got a place to go. I've still got a fan base, but for the young bands, it's almost impossible.
Yeah.
And besides, now they think music should be free, which I'm totally against.
Yeah.
You don't go into a restaurant, eat a meal, and then walk out and say thank you.
Yeah.
You have to pay. And if you take that revenue stream away from art, you're killing art.
Yeah.
And if you kill art, you kill a society, and I think we're in trouble for that.
So do you use, like, for example, streaming services like Spotify, or what do you think about Spotify? Yeah, but what do you think about it? Have you, for example, gotten any money out of it, like as an artist?
Not that I can see. Not that I've seen yet. Like I do.
You haven't bought a car from the Spotify streams or something like that.
69 cents.
Yeah.
No way. I'm still getting my publishing checks from BMI, ASCAP, and for these catalogs.
Yeah, of course.
Of things I've done, but no, not Spotify. Taylor Swift left Spotify because of the same reasons.
Yeah.
Okay.
So have you heard an article about Spotify that there is a guy who is like making songs about some like funny ideas, like for example, the topics which you would search through Spotify, like for example a rose or a glass which you can find on the desk,
I haven't heard
that he's making like thousands of songs in a year and earning like 50,000 euros like as royalties. Yeah, so he's like making like basically quantity over quality.
Who is this guy? Who is he?
Can't get the name into my head.
Well, there you go again. You got quality. You got quantity over quality.
Yeah, and that's kind of fucked up.
It's extremely fucked up, and it's fucked up for the people, and it fucks up the people.
Yeah.
And everybody's lowering their standard.
Yeah.
The standards used to be so high for quality, and now the standards are coming so low, and I don't think that's good for anyone.
But is it like also because of the like compared like CD quality to vinyl quality? Vinyl had a better
That's also
quality.
shit, you know. I mean, compressed digital sound. Everybody listens now only with half an ear because the vinyl actually has so much more space in it and depth. If you were a real audiophile, you will listen to vinyl, not CD or any of that format. Absolutely not. So I think it's really hurt us in a musical art in that way. It's really hurt us.
So what does like the future hold for you as a musician? What kind of future plans do you have?
Well, for me, I've got more albums to make. I've got a new project called Rated X, which is really doing pretty well.
You released a CD last year.
Yeah, and it's great kind of classic rock music with a twist, with sort of a modern edge. So we're hoping that catches on, although it's really difficult nowadays because there's no radio promo. You can't do much of it. We did in the States, and we got a lot of radio, which is great because then people in the States started buying it. But here in Europe, it's difficult because most radios are programmed for a certain format. Yeah.
So you have worked with a lot of different musicians during your career. And now you also have the new project as well, that X-Rated.
Right. And of course, you asked me what's going on. I'm going to talk to Richie. So fingers crossed.
No, but I was going to ask that, are there like some musicians left that you would like to work with in the future that you haven't yet worked with? You have quite an impressive list with musicians that you have worked.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Gee, I don't know. That's a normal question people ask, but I don't have any aspirations to work with really anybody who's alive.
Okay, okay.
Like Jimi Hendrix, I'd love to do something.
Yeah.
It's impossible. But I mean, I'm thinking about who would be something innovative. At one point, I was going to work with Paul Rodgers on something, but he's my idol. But at another point, I mean, what's the point? I'd probably like to work with Glenn again and do HTP3.
Okay.
Because we had 2 good albums and we should have had a third.
Okay.
So we're talking about it, and I might see him in Moscow in May.
Do you get into like new music? Basically, new bands. Do you listen to like, for example, bands formed like 2000 or something like that, or is it more of like old school rock for you?
No. I search for new bands, but I'll be honest with you. If they got a crap singer, I don't even listen to anymore.
Okay, so it's the singer who is
singer first, and then I go, if he sucks, the rest of it's got to suck.
Okay.
And if there's no message and it's all just about death and doom and gloom, I don't listen because I'm a very positive person. But I listen to a couple of new Swedish bands that I think are just off the hook. They're amazing, like Skin Trade and Dynasty, who I work with.
Yeah,
and bands like that.
Good band,
Great band, melodic metal, killer band. Those kind of bands really need a break. And they've got like 4 albums out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I try to find bands, but again, I'm the one searching on the internet, and I'm just like everyone else. I get tired of looking to find one good diamond in a bunch of shit.
And nowadays you have to also to do many albums to get like recognition all over the world. Like
That's right.
Past in the days you could basically release one single and be a worldwide star after
That's
that.
true.
But nowadays it's pretty hard. You have to release like 5 albums to even get outside from your own country.
Just to get noticed.
Yeah.
It's really tough for the new guys.
Yeah.
My heart goes out to them because it sucks so bad. The paradigm, I think they call this, a new paradigm of music.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, new or not, it's not a good one.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you, man, for taking time off to do this interview with us.
Thank you.
Best of luck for the future. Anything you want to say to your fans who are watching the interview?
Hello. Basically, that I thank you for the love and support for over 40 years of a career. I really treasure the fans. We're here to serve you, and I wish more artists felt like that. We're here because you're here, and we want to do a good job for you, and we want to keep sending positive messages out to you. So tonight, by the way, come on down and see us, and we'll have a great time, okay? And also, don't forget to love each other. That's most important in life.
Thank you, man.
You're very welcome, man. Thank you.